Hi, and welcome back to Afrik Football. I have never done a stream with people looking at me, so this is kind of different. So don't mind me. I'm surrounded by people. So, uh, all right. So, we're the official opening ceremony of the World Cup. The first game is going to be Qatar versus Ecuador, and right now on your screen is our prediction between me and Mr. Mwamba. We did a stream with Mr. Wamba about talking about how this group's gonna end. And Mr. Wamba said Netherlands is probably gonna top this group with Qatar being second in this group because for some reasons he just believes that Qatar is gonna be second in this group. While Ecuador, the opponents of Qatar in this game, are going to be the third group with Senegal wrapping up the group. That's what Mr. Wamba said. I said Senegal is gonna win this group, but seeing that Sadio Mane has been all but confirmed that he's not going to be taking part in this tournament, I do not know if I should go back and redo these predictions or I should continue with my Senegal bid. But no, I'm still gonna keep with my guns and stick that Senegal is probably going to win this group with Qatar in second, Netherlands finishing third, with Ecuador being dead last. So we're going to be looking at some of the lineups of these teams. This is the last lineup that Qatar had when they were playing in the Gold Cup, and that was against the USA, which was somewhere when the tournament when they were taken to the tournament as a guest nation. And as you can see from the top man, you can see even today, I think this is how they're going to line up with a fifth and Ali being at the top and playing the back five, but with the wing back invasion, where the wing backs would be going forward and attacking and bringing pace. And if you've seen any Qatar game, and as we're doing our research, we did check on Qatar several times, and I could tell you for sure that Qatar's wing backs are actually very talented. And seeing that Qatar has bought this team, it seems like these guys are actually very good and might cause an upset today. There is a rumor going around that this game might likely end 1-0 in favor of Qatar, but I do not know because generally this rumor is stemming from a point where people are saying lots of things have been happening in the football world in the background, and some have been talking about some payments somewhere for some reason so that this game should end in a certain way. But all we can do is see. But if the scoreline does end 1-0 in favor of Qatar, I'm not sure how that's going to reflect on the football world. Yeah. So for all those joining us, do tell us where you're watching us from, and do drop us a comment. Let us know where you're watching us from, because the opening ceremony is about to start. We are yet in the stadium, and if you're watching this game, we're watching it on Super Sport for those who are in Southern Africa, or myself who's in Zambia. I don't know where the rest of you are watching us from, so tell me where you're watching us from, and you can drop us a comment. So I'll be trying to get Mr. Mwamba onto the stream so that we can have our mini interaction, our mini chat about this game. So yeah, as I know, most of you have a following from Mr. Mwamba because you like his controversial takes on the Afrik football page, which I usually generally do like to shoot down because you know he's got a problem sometimes. Those takes are usually very controversial, too controversial even for me to understand. But yeah, we're gonna bring him on onto the stream and see what he has to say about this game. And the lineups aren't yet out because the game is starting in almost an hour and 30 minutes. But once the lineups are up, we're going to transition from the opening ceremony. We're going to become more of a pre-match of the game as it's going to be going, and we'll have a live watch along with you guys as long as you guys keep writing us comments and dropping us comments. But remember to like and subscribe, and that's what we're going to be doing throughout this video. So yeah. We have a comment on the screen from Mr. Kalanje LK stating that Qatar is carrying the day, Arab money, oil money, which is, I think, very offensive. You can't, just because of the money, you can't say Qatar is probably going to win this game, which is slightly controversial. So if I was you, Mr. Kalanje, I would not be writing this right now and say Qatar is going to win this, but there is a high chance of the possibility that Qatar might be winning this game. But all we have to do is wait and see how this game is going to go. So for right now, the official opening ceremony is about to start. We're going to be having about 7 acts, so I've heard. On of those acts, there's somebody from BTS. I'm not familiar with the group because I did not listen to K-pop at all. So I'd like to see their performance. So if you really are enjoying what we're doing right here, this is more of a live stream. We're going to be talking about the teams, the squads, the people who are going to come out. So we're going to move right now to the second team, which is Ecuador in the lineup. We're going to just have a brief preview of what Ecuador's lineup looks like, might look like a predicted lineup by certain newspapers saying that Casado is probably going to be in. And if you know who Casado is, you know he is one of the big players in this Ecuador team that they have to look out for. Also, Plata is quite good. I've seen him play on the wing, and his cutting ability is something that I find very admirable. In the back line, there might be Torres, but this isn't even the confirmed starting lineup. So up until we do get the official confirmed match day squads, this is how we're going to be talking about these teams. So the official opening of the Qatar starts right now. It's literally starting right now, and you'll be seeing all the performances, and that's what we're here for. We're here to see the performances by all the teams. So if you're enjoying this content, let us know where you're watching us from. Do tell us what your prediction for the first game is. All right, so the official opening ceremony has begun. All right, the official opening ceremony has begun, but I'd like to see what the performances are going to be like in the stadium. And I think it's quite they're showing us a video, so I we can't really tell on which part of the pitch this is showing. If it's just showing the screen, or this is like a hologram showing on the bottom of the pitch. All right, welcome to all those who have joined us, guys. Remember to like and subscribe. Oh, there's a poll that's running right now on the YouTube page. So the question that I have to ask yourselves is, who's gonna win the very first match of today? That's the question that I'd like to hear your answers. Do tell us who you think is gonna win the first match. Is it Qatar? Is it Ecuador? If not, then remember to tell us where you're watching this game from, because this is the biggest showpiece, and I'm believing every nation, every country has this game showing on their screens. But if you like this content, remember to like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 11,000 subscribers, and I've seen a couple of you have been joining in. And if you do help us get 11,000 subscribers, trust us, we'll be giving you content on a daily. We'll be dropping daily content. So remember just to like and subscribe. The show is beginning right now. The official ceremony, you can see there's a desert representation because it being in Qatar, so you can see like there are camels right here with the Arabic traditional dances taking place right now on the screens. Right, so going back to the Qatar lineup that might be in the starting lineup. So I think they might keep the similar shape in the Qatar World Cup right now. As for all those who are joining us, just remember to tell us where you're watching the game from. Drop us a comment. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. It's more of an interaction. This is a live stream and watch along, and you can be asking your football related questions so that we can be discussing. We already did a prediction video. If you have not seen it, they will be in the comments. They'll be in the comments below and also in the description. That is our prediction, me and Mr. Mwamba. That's a prediction we made about this particular group, which is Group A of the World Cup. We stated that Senegal, Qatar, Netherlands, and Ecuador are in this group together. And for me, I said the basic outline of this group is going to be at the end of all three match days. Senegal will be first, Qatar will be second, Netherlands will be third, with Ecuador being the last in the group. With Mr. Mwamba stating that Netherlands will be at the top of this group, with Qatar and Ecuador, with Senegal being dead last in this group. So I'd like to hear your opinions. What do you think about this prediction? What do you think this? How do you think this group is going to end? And how are you enjoying the visuals? Are those drones being used in the middle of the pitch? Is that Morgan Freeman? Oh, these guys definitely do have lots of money. How do you even get Morgan Freeman to come to you to a World Cup show when he doesn't even play football? Okay, this is interesting. Okay, okay, this is a different show. Very insightful, very inclusive, as I can see. Qatar has come out and shown us that you can be a very inclusive country. All right, there's so much going on in this show. I'm trying to catch up with everyone else who's watching. Morgan Freeman is currently on the screen giving a speech. All right, there's I'm kind of lost. They're speaking in Arabic with no subtitles. Video from because this is quite insightful as a starter for the World Cup. I've never seen a show that isn't all glitz and glam, but it's basically having a philosophical talk in the middle of a stadium. Don't forget to write us a comment. I can see lots of you are joining in, so do let us know what's going on the screen right now is our predictions with me and Mr. Mom, and how we see this group ending. So who else, what do you think our predictions are on the stage? Do you disagree with them? Do let me know by way of writing a comment and saying what you think the order of Group A is going to be, because this is quite easily one of those interesting groups, because we know there's not much of competition in this group. So it means Netherlands, everyone in here has a fair chance at actually qualifying out of this group. Hmm. Okay, I think I've no general understanding of this, but I'm trying to see the beautiful visuals from this opening ceremony. Yeah, and as the comment on the screen is stating, yes, it is one of the most expensive World Cups. But I'm trying to see if it will live up to the hype, because we're trying to see all these performances and acts that are going to come in, because the game is starting at 6 p.m. if you're in Central Africa. Okay, I'm trying to understand. I feel like I have no knowledge of what is going on. I'm usually used to something like when the Beijing Olympics, just the sheer amount of people would have been on the stage running around, giving us beautiful spectacles. But this is also welcome. It's a much welcome inclusion with Morgan Freeman on the screen, just giving a speech. I can see Mr. Mwamba is about to join us on this stream. Oh, that's a very beautiful display of the Arab culture. As you can see them in their when Mr. Wamba comes in, Mr. Wamba is more of the Arabic speaking person, so he should be able to understand what is going on the screen. So once Mr. Wamba is in here, you guys will have a very detailed explanation of what is going on, because I am clearly lost. I'm probably everyone else who's joined us in this stream will understand like me. We're just trying to understand what is going on. We're trying to see the spectacle. We're trying to see where we're going with this. So Mr. Mamba will be joining us very soon. and I can see him right in the stream right now. He is here. Mr. Wamba, welcome. We have been lost and we've been waiting for you to give us a description of what is going on. I feel like you being in North Africa,
Yeah, so
you have better
basically
questions.
this is basically Arab culture, and
Mm-hmm,
you can see the people dancing. They're just showing us some culture from back in the days. This is as classic as Arab culture gets, and I
mm-hmm,
think you saw the short talk Morgan Freeman had with the guy down
mm-hmm,
there. It was just some words of motivation for the World Cup and everything.
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
so far so good. It seems like it will be one of the best World Cups we ever watch, and I'm very happy Afrik football will be covering the whole tournament.
No, that is true. That's the thing I was saying. I was having a conversation with somebody saying that a World Cup in December just somehow feels right. I feel like why haven't we had the World Cup in December? I feel to bring back the festivities of December, the festivities December has lost. A World Cup in December just feels right. Why do we have a World Cup in the middle of June when it's very cold and nothing is going on? I feel a World Cup in
I,
December
I feel
is the
I feel
right time. It's very festive.
yeah, speaking from a southern Africa point of view, so probably someone in the north, okay, someone north of the equator will say June is ideal time because June is when they actually get their summer there. So we have our summer now, they have the summer in June, so maybe if they could alternate it to fit both hemispheres, maybe 2022 December, 2026 June, and
Yes, that's the thing
2030.
I've noticed.
Yeah,
Why do we always
yeah,
have to
yeah.
conform to how the people in the north are expect the World Cup to be? Let it be in December.
Maybe
I'm
I,
good
I
with this.
feel
I'm
I
fine.
feel probably FIFA does that because that's their biggest audience or their biggest market. So most of
Mhm,
the fans that come during that time, and it's summer break, and most companies up north will
mhm,
probably be closed and people can travel. But right now in November, you see not too many people might travel because you probably have to get leave to go to the World Cup. But if you do it in June,
mhm.
people will be on their summer break. Kids won't be going to school in the northern hemisphere, and they can probably go and watch the World Cup with their kids and everything. But now schools are open
Boss,
northern
if the
hemisphere,
World
so
Cup that happens once in every 4 years is happening, you will get that leave.
mhm.
You know you have enough leave days to leave work for 30 days to go watch the World Cup. So I do not see that as an excuse. And if you are a fan of your team and you love your nation, you're probably going to travel regardless of what happens. And you know
That's
what is
very very
weird?
true.
I'm seeing so many
Yes.
Arab fans wearing jerseys of foreign countries. This is like atmosphere building by the people in Qatar. What do you have to say
Uh,
about that?
yeah, you see the people in Qatar, I just feel Arabs generally just love soccer because when I lived in the Arab world, they had over 7 newspapers that just talked about soccer. Like every morning you'd get a newspaper. So I feel some of the fans here, okay, most will definitely support Qatar, but others will probably cheer on some other teams. And even when Qatar is eliminated, I see a case where stadiums will still be filled.
Mm-hmm. No, I do genuinely understand. It seems like that's what's going to be happening throughout this whole game. But yeah, no, what do you think about the festivities right now? I'm looking at the giant football jerseys on the screen for this opening ceremony. We're expecting lots of performances by some members of BTS and some people from the Arab world. What do you think about the festivities? Do you think this is living up to like the Beijing hype, or like when the
Nah,
World
nah,
Cup was?
nah, nah, nah. That 2008 Beijing Olympics play was one of the best plays I've ever seen ever. I saw some of the best things happen on TV. Till today, it still lives fresh in my memory. It's like I saw it yesterday. But it's not bad. The celebrations are not bad. Because it's the Arab world, so this is moderately okay for the Arab people. Like this is a sort of of entertainment.
Oh, I'm sorry to say this, but the entertainment is it's not peak World Cup opening ceremony. You know how like the UEFA had a very great performance in the at the opening of the UEFA final. And I was like, okay, they brought in Marshmello, Selena Gomez, and all those like the most
Mhm.
happening stars. So I'm surprised that Qatar, as big as the country is, they couldn't have brought in like some major artists to give us a very good performance. But okay, overall on the screen right now, since I have you here, we still have Group A. I was talking about Group A and thinking Senegal has lost Sadio Mane, who I thought is the second best player in the world. So I was like, do I
Okay.
go back and rechange my predictions? But do you think that how do you think your predictions will hold up now that the World Cup is starting in virtually less than an
Uh,
hour?
f-
How do you think this is gonna hold up?
I feel my predictions will still hold up perfectly because I put Senegal dead last, with or
Mm-hmm.
without money, and because I saw most of the players there were tired. So I still stick by my prediction, and I don't see much changing. To be honest,
Ale,
the
ale,
guys are
ale.
dancing on TV.
Mm,
Oh,
mm.
yeah,
Do,
oh,
do, do, do,
ale,
do, do.
ale, ale.
Do,
It's
do,
it's
do.
very festive.
Do,
It's
do,
very
do, do,
festive.
do.
Oh, and
No,
for everyone
this is
watching,
the vibe we
look
wanted.
out tomorrow for previews. There's an England Iran preview, and we're also doing a preview for the US versus Wales game. Zamina Mina. Zamina
Sankalewa,
Zankalewa.
1 hour,
Oh, Africa.
Samina, mina, Why did Shakira was supposed to perform at this show? Why did she perform? What happened?
I do not know. I'm sure she's still dealing with her family issues because the whole PK Shakira thing that was going on. Yeah, you
All
know.
right, I'll just say it right here. 2010 World Cup was probably peak World Cup of all World Cups. It had good music, it had good atmosphere, it had good games. I know all the people, the white people in the comments, all the European people are going to be saying, but the Vuvuzelas. But that is what made it memorable. I believe the Vuvuzelas made it memorable.
Magic
Ale, ole,
System,
ole.
ale playing. Ale, see the magic in the air. Okay, so I feel they're just having more like a montage rather playing songs from all the previous World Cups because Ale was played in 2018 by
Yeah.
the music system guys from Guinea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, it was part of the official songs in 2018. Yeah, because you can see the mascots there. You can see I've just from seeing Zakumi from the
Mm-hmm.
2014 World Cup. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yo, how do you as a German fan, how do you remember the 2014 World Cup?
the
How was
greatest
it
World
for
Cup
you?
I've ever seen was 2014 for me. You know, my
No,
team
that wasn't
Brazil
the greatest World Cup.
beating Brazil 7-1 on home. So it's something that probably will live a lifetime, and we never see Brazil do to us. Like we might even play all the next World Cups in Germany, and they'll never beat us by 7 goals at our home soil. So for me personally, it's the best World Cup I've
We'll
ever
be
seen. I was
stronger.
so happy.
Just like a waving flag, and then we go fly, and then we go. Definitely, 2010 had the best music. I won't
Let me
even lie.
just
That
get
was
my
probably the
charger.
best World Cup we've watched out there. The music was great. It was amazing, and I believe that was the best World Cup. I don't know. I know you are going to disagree, but just Spain. Spain was prime in 2010, and I just like that Spanish team. They had everything going for them.
Yeah, that Spanish team was actually really good because I remember the likes of Casillas in goals. They had
Mm,
Puyo with Sejo Ramos at defense. They had Jordi Alba as a wing back. I don't remember who they were playing at right back, but anyway, yeah, they
mm,
had a midfield three of Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta. It was actually a
mm.
midfield four. They even played Xabi Alonso in that midfield with David Villa up front. You know, Fernando Torres was falling out of form, but then he would still play in some games. But they had a proper team and everything off the wing. So it was one of the best and
No,
probably
I
the
think.
greatest Spanish team
Mhm.
we'll ever see ever.
No, that is amazing. What is the name of the mascot of the Qatar World Cup? I always keep forgetting the name of the mascot of the Qatar World Cup because the mascot is
Uh,
right now on the screen.
I've seen the mascot, but I keep forgetting. But I see it in all the ads, so it's something probably we have to do our research on.
Definitely, because we've been missing out on knowing what the mascot's name is. Because I feel like it's not as when I think of the 2010 World Cup, I think Jabulani. It's like the ball. That is all I get to remember. I'm just like Jabulani is the ball. I can see there is a comment by K Bimpe and it says Qatar
Qatar
wins
wins
today.
today.
Well, I
Oh, and you haven't asked for my prediction yet.
no, I haven't
I'm
asked a
also
prediction. That's
going.
Mr. Wamba. What is your prediction for this game? Do tell us a
Uh,
prediction, Mr. Wamba.
yeah, so for me, the BTS guy is now on screen.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
this should
John
be
Cook
him.
is on screen right now. Okay, somebody watching live from Germany. Mr. K, so we're gonna ask Mr. K for one thing. I don't know if K, we're gonna ask one thing. What is your prediction for this game? Do let us know in the comments below. Because we'd like to know everyone's predictions. Mr. Mwamba, now hit us with your prediction for this game.
Well, for me, my prediction is easy and straightforward. I'm going Qatar to win by 3 goals.
Ooh. Unanswered. Ecuador's not going to even get a single goal from this one. Hmm. Mr. Mwamba is trading in dangerous water, saying that Qatar is not going to win, is going to win this game by 3-0. Mr. Mwamba, are you sure your prediction will stand? Qatar winning 3-0, a team beating Ecuador, people who are seasoned at playing football. 3-0. I know
Yes,
Casaido is there, and
yes.
I know everyone has
No,
been hyping
jokes,
Casaido, but
jokes aside. It's not like
mhm.
everyone's just hyping Qatar, but I feel for Qatar it means a lot. Like this is the game that sets the pace for them, and no team has ever lost, no hosting nation has ever lost the first game of the World Cup in 92 years. So
Wait, South Africa
in
didn't
on
win, didn't lose their first game because I'm assuming South Africa would
no,
have lost. That
they
team
drew
was.
1-1. They drew 1-1 with Mexico. I remember
Oh,
the
I just thought South
Shabalala
Africa
goal.
lost. Was it not an offside goal? But we're not talking about that
No,
today,
no, 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 no,
unfortunately.
no. Shabalala received the pass from Teko Modise. He made his run, got past one
Mhm.
defender. Oh, though he was running straight, then he took the shot top. That was the top right corner, if I'm not mistaken, and it was a gun. He took the shot with his weaker foot. That's an
Mhm.
image for everyone to remember.
All right, now I see. So Mr. Mamba's prediction for this game, guys, is Mr. Mamba says this game is going to end 3-0 in favor of Qatar. I'm going to come out and say this game is going to end 2-1 in favor of Ecuador. And I see Mr. K has written their comment stating that my prediction is 2-1 against Ecuador. So
Ecuador.
I'm assuming, yeah, that's I guess everyone is in agreement stating that Ecuador is not going to win this game. But what if there's an upset? What if there's a
Okay.
major upset?
Okay.
What if Qatar fails to win this game? What do
All
you
right.
think is going to happen?
Yes, let me rejoin the stream. Let me just leave and rejoin it.
All right, so Mr. Wamba is going to rejoin us in the stream, but right now, as it stands, right, um, we are right now we're live at the opening ceremony, and if you can see the most renowned Qatarian artist is actually giving a performance, and he was giving a performance with BTS's Jungkook. They were out here on the sharing the stage together, and they're giving us a solemn performance. So if you're enjoying this content, guys, remember to like and subscribe. We'll be doing such videos every day for you guys. We'll be doing the live stream. We'll be picking one of the big matches that we're going to be live streaming, and all you have to do is just like, subscribe, and share with others so that we can be having interactions. There's another prediction by Mr. Kalanje stating that Qatar is winning and today, and he will bet his kidney. I know they have bribed everyone, but yeah, you might need to keep your kidney. So this is not even a prediction. This is merely just forecasting what's going to happen because most people seem to claim they know Qatar is going to win, but I don't think Ecuador is going to give it to them easily. What if Ecuador does get a draw? What's going to happen if Ecuador does get a draw? All right, so Mr. Bimpe says, Kate Bimpe says that again, Ghana wins against Portugal. Ghana winning against Portugal. Saying that Portugal actually beat Nigeria 4-0, and Nigeria are the team that knocked out Ghana. Nigeria are the team that lost to Ghana. Ghana knocked out Nigeria to get to the position where they are in this World Cup. I think if Portugal can do that to Nigeria, and I felt going into that game, Nigeria was actually the better team. And Ghana hasn't been very good in recent times. So it's like, all I'm saying is that on that one, I think Portugal might actually get that win. I don't speaking that I'm like Ronaldo and all that kind of stuff. I just think Ghana might not beat Portugal. I don't think Ghana might beat Portugal. I highly doubt that one. But it's subject to confirmation. We might actually wait to see. So we might be doing more predictions. So we might know, Mr. K, which other group, seeing that you are from Germany, how do you think Germany is going to fare in this tournament? Do you think they're going to be in the final? Do you think they're going to win this whole tournament? Do let us know in the comments below. And everyone else who's watching this video, remember to like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 11,000 subscribers by the end of this stream. And Mr. Mwamba should be back in the stream right now. Mr. Mwamba, welcome back to the stream. There is a comment for you on the screen saying Ghana might win against Portugal. How do you feel about Ghana winning against Portugal?
Nah,
Do speak
nah,
on
nah.
that.
I don't see Ghana beating Portugal, to be honest with you, because I feel Portugal's defense is sound. They've got Pepe, they've got the likes of Ruben Diaz, João Cancelo, Diego Dallo, Rafael Guerrero, and I don't see the Ghanaian striker scoring. I feel Inaki Williams is like the only very good striker they have, but when I look at them going
What
forward,
about the
the
Ayu
likes
brothers?
of Bruno Fernandes. They have Cristiano Ronaldo. It's his last World Cup. He's got a point to prove.
Also, yeah, going on saying that Messi and Ronaldo, this might be their last World Cup, and they'll use that momentum to actually springboard them and win most of the games. No, I'd like to see how that's going to go.
Exactly.
But I don't think Portugal is a
Exactly.
very good, decent enough squad to get themselves to further than uh, further than where you might see them. I think Portugal might just end up in the quarterfinals. I don't see them going more than the quarterfinals. I feel like this World Cup is probably for either Brazil or even Germany,
Okay.
either Brazil or Germany.
So I see the Sheikh of Qatar signing on the. This is very good. This is very very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Mr. K, can you also just give us your prediction for who you feel will win this World Cup?
Yeah,
Ghana
Mr.
has
K,
young players as of
yeah,
now.
he's actually, yeah, Mr. K has dropped a comment stating that Ghana has young players as of now. Yes, Ghana does have young players. They had a very good transfer window where they got in Lamptey, they got in the Williams,
I like
which
how you
is
put it. Very good transfer window for your national team.
yeah, national teams are having transfer windows. That was the first time I actually saw something of that magnitude, which was amazing to see. And I was excited. I was like, okay, we can buy players. It gave me hope as a Zambian that
Okay.
we might actually in future bag some of these good players that are out there. I remember Zambia once wanted Charlie Musonda, but we were unable to bag him. We were unable to transfer him from Belgium. But in future, we might be able to bag some big people. But again, we did talk about the German squad, Mr. Mwamba. One of the German squad with Mr. K right now. I'm going to say this. On our discussion, on our group previews, we did talk about Ghana and how Ghana has gotten only players. These players have come in once they've already qualified for the World Cup. So how is that gonna affect the team chemistry, Mr. Wamba? We did talk about that.
Yeah, so I remember in the when we were discussing the groups, we talked about it, and I said, for me, I feel that might affect them badly or negatively because the players only came in after the qualifiers. Had the players
Mm-hmm.
come in during the qualifiers, Africa has got like the toughest qualifiers around, so they would have probably played the preliminaries, or they've gone to the group stage. They had to win that group and finish top, and after winning that group and finishing top, you still go and play a knockout game. So had the Ghanaian team or had those guys actually joined the Ghanaian team and played there, I honestly do feel that that team would have actually been sound and would actually have a chance at the World Cup. But the fact that the guys came in after qualification puts the Ghanaian team at a bad place.
All right, there's another comment from Mr. K which reads Germans do not have a strong team. Why would you say Germany doesn't have a strong team, Mr. K? So look at it from this perspective. Mr. Wamba is also a German fan, a Stonetrun. So Mr. Wamba, do speak about your team. How do you think Germany is gonna perform here? You see that somebody
No,
who's
you
living
see,
in Germany says they don't have a strong squad.
No, I feel it's a general consensus for people who live in a particular nation. I'm a Zambian fan, and I feel Zambia doesn't have a strong team. Even going to the AFCON in 2012 when we won the Africa Cup of Nations, I still said Zambia doesn't have a strong team. But I look at the German team, I feel, for most players in that team, it's either it's your last chance, like to actually show up, the likes of Thomas Muller, Manuel Neuer, it's your last chance to show up for the World Cup, or if you don't show up, you leave. And Hansi Flick is a good manager. I look at the defense of Gosens. Those are players who actually play now at Atalanta in Italy. And I look at Joshua Kimmich, who's a multi-purpose player. One of the, in FIFA, he has a rating of 91. So you've got a lot of players who are actually highly rated, and the likes of Mukoko. You see, the kid is Dortmund. He's one of those kids who's a young talent and might actually just do a Pele or Mbappe at the World Cup and just carry the whole team to the World Cup and make a name for himself. So for me, Mr. K, I choose to differ. I beg to differ. And looking at if Germany make it out of that group, it's a litmus test to say this is a death. And once I'm
All right, I think Mr. Mwamba is breaking again. So yeah, we'll add him back into the stream. Mr. Mwamba, you were breaking. So what did you say towards the end?
Oh, okay. So towards the end, I said I looked at the German group, and it's like the group of death. And if Germany make it out of that group, I feel they would have passed the litmus test. And if they just make it out of that group, they're making the semi-final or the final.
All right, no, I understand Mr. Mwamba is coming from. So, Mr. K, that is Mr. Mwamba's opinion. Mr. K writes, now to predict who wins, not now. He will not predict right now who's going to win. So, Mr. K, we'll be waiting for a prediction. We'll be doing live streams every day for the biggest matches. The next match we're going to do a live stream for, a live watch along for, is going to be the Senegal match because that's is it Senegal Netherlands? That's the next biggest match, and that is going to be tomorrow in the evening. So let's just read a bit more of the comments. Mr. Kalanje LK, who is watching us live from Zambia, Lusaka, is stating that Mr. Mwamba, we haven't forgotten about what you did to us, Brazil. I can't wait for the revenge during this World Cup. So there is a crash match building up, which is Brazil versus Germany. So, Mr. Mwamba, I hope you're aware that there are lots of people who know your team and they
Yeah.
are waiting that Germany is going to be beaten by Brazil. The Brazilians have something to prove with Vinicius, Neymar Jr., and all the lights in the squad. I know it's going to be a tough group, but we all know that we need Brazil to meet Germany somewhere along the way. We want Brazil to meet Germany because I think this might be Brazil's World Cup, and I might think this is going to be either Brazil or an African country going forward in this World Cup. So we're gonna read
You
more
know.
of the comments. And Mr. K from Germany says German's group is cheap. Yes, I think the German group. So you know what? Let me
Oh.
grab the German group and bring it on screen so that we can be
Yeah,
having a
please
group.
bring the. Yeah, please grab the German group because if I remember, it's a very
It's
tough group.
Germany,
Like,
Spain, Japan, and Costa Rica. So we're gonna be talking. I'm
ex-
just gonna be sharing my screen, and we're gonna be having a conversation about this German group because Mr. K has brought us to be talking about the German group. Now we would like to know, what is gonna happen with the German group.
I look at
Germany.
that.
Go on, go on.
Yeah, I look at that German group and I feel it's a very tough group. Costa Rica,
Mm-hmm,
a strong team in North America. In the CONCACAF, they don't fear anyone there. They play against the likes of Mexico. They play the USA. They play Canada. They play big teams out there, and they actually win convincingly. And then when I
mm-hmm,
look at Japan. Like that team in the Asian Cup always makes the semi-final. Like it's always Japan in the semi-final, and what happens after the semi-final is up to them really. If they perform
mm-hmm,
well, they might win it. If they don't win it. But for me personally, I feel Japan is a
mm-hmm.
strong team. You said Spain also, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Spain.
Yeah. When I
Just
look,
give me a minute. Let me just
well,
confirm it. Group E
okay,
has. Just give me a minute. My PC is misbehaving. So, Group E, where Germany is found, is Germany, Japan, Spain, and Costa Rica. That is the group. Two Europeans, Japan and Costa Rica. Spain, Germany, Costa Rica. So, Mr. K says this is the cheap group. I think this might be one of those tough groups that we did speak about, Mr. One, because this doesn't look like an easy group.
exactly. When I look at the Spanish team, it's a team full of brilliant youngsters, the Gavis, the Pedris of this world. They've
Mhm,
got Rodri in midfield, like they have a strong midfield three. So it's a group where if you lose a game against Spain and then get a draw, Japan will just beat you and you're packing your bags going back home. So
mhm, mhm,
I honestly feel it's a kind of group where it's a litmus test kind of group. You make it out of the
mhm,
group, you've got a very good World Cup, to be
mhm.
honest.
No, that is true, Mr. Mon, because of the sheer caliber and the quality of people in this group. I think if you make it out of that group, the group E, where Germany is, you might actually be a very strong contender for this tournament because it is a litmus group. Japan isn't a walkover team, and I also believe Spain isn't a walkover team. So, Mr. K, you saying that Germany group is cheap? I do not believe that. So I do not think that assessment is necessarily the right one. So there's a comment by Mr. K again stating that Ghana beat Switzerland 2-0 in a friendly. Or some friendlies, to be honest, uh
Uh-huh.
we don't put in as much energy. Like, okay, Ghana beating Switzerland 2-0. It's like you're just testing out what is gonna be happening. You are testing out
Okay.
who is gonna be played, and you don't take most of these friendlies as the gospel truth of what is gonna happen when you do get to such a tournament. So, Mr. Wamba, what do you think about Ghana? I feel like Mr. K keeps on
Okay.
propagating this statement that Ghana is gonna do great. They might have all of this.
Okay.
All right, I've
All
just
right.
received the fact from another Mr. K who is with me in the building saying that Brazil won all their friendlies before the last World Cup, but still did not win it. So that is something he's saying that we should be taking into consideration that just that because you are there doesn't mean that you're going to win this. Just because you beat everyone in the friendly doesn't mean you're going to win it. So, Mr. Wamba, do go on.
I just want to highlight something on the Switzerland Ghana friendly. I remember seeing something written on Sky by Granit Xhaka. He was being interviewed, and he talked about the heat because the game was actually played in the UAE. So
Mhm,
he actually talked about the heat, and he
mhm.
said, they were willing to make the runs, they were willing to run, but it was just too much for them. Like in that game, they felt
Right, I guess Mr. Wamba's network is breaking once again. So once he does pick up, we'll bring him back into the stream. So yeah, I'll be reading more of the comments, and I like Mr. K and how he's been interactive with this game. So remember to like and subscribe, guys. We're talking football. Keep bringing in your opinions. The World Cup is starting today. This is the very first World Cup game, so we need as many opinions. We need as many predictions as possible because What is a World Cup without predictions? How do you know the game if you do not give predictions? And remember to like and subscribe and join us for all our predictions. We have lots of prediction videos right now. Mr. K has drawn us and dragged us to the Germany and Ghana discussion. So we're going to be talking about Germany. So one thing about German group is, as you can see it on screen, my prediction for it when I did it with Mr. Mwamba in our prediction video is that Germany is going to win this group, with Spain in second, Costa Rica and Japan finishing dead last. While Mr. Mwamba said Germany, who Mr. Mwamba is a German fan, said that Germany is going to win this group. Then we're going to go to Japan, then Spain, then we're going to have Costa Rica. All right, the team lineups are in for both the teams on the Qatar World Cup right now. The game is less than 45 minutes away for our first very World Cup game. So if you guys want to see anything, we'll be bringing you the live stream of this, basically the lineup. We'll be going to Twitter. But as you can see, our predicted lineup is similar to the one that we posted on our screen. Let me just add our predicted lineup so that you guys can have a visual of what our predicted lineup. It's pretty much similar. Our predicted lineup from the last time they played the Gold Cup. We have a similar predicted lineup here, with Afif and Ali being the two top men. We're gonna have Heidos as the captain, Ahmed at the back, and we're gonna have Said in the goal. So it's pretty much similar. And let me just drop in Mr. Mwamba. Mr. Mwamba, do rope you in. The squad is on the screen for Qatar. Have a discussion. Let's talk about it. You've seen the team. As you can see even right now on our screen, we have Afif and Aziz who are in the game. So you talk about the team, then I'll be bringing up these graphics for the people.
All right, all right, all right, all right. So when I looked at the so the Ecuador team is here. Firstly, there's Espitan from let's start it from the top. Galades in
Right from the
goals.
top.
Felix Torres at right back. Hikan at left back. Espitan at Brighton plays as a CDM, but I don't know. Maybe the way they put the list, he's
I can
probably
see
going to
Moes
play.
Caicedo is also in the starting lineup. And Ena
Yeah,
Valencia, the dinosaur that lies to us that he's a young man, is also in this game. 34-year-old young man. That is how you bring out angels when you're playing football, my brother.
exactly. And sorry for the network. We're experiencing rains here, so network might be
No, I
very
truly
bad due to the
understand, my
rains.
brother.
All right. Yeah, but looking at the two squads, it's going to be a fair game. It's going to be an evenly, nice encounter. We'll have probably both teams will have a lot of the ball. It's not going to be a kind of game where one team has the ball for like the whole time. I feel both teams actually have a chance at it, but I see Qatar winning by 3 goals.
Oh, you think Qatar is gonna win it by 3 goals, even though you've seen the teams? That is still a very bold prediction, Mr. Mwamba. Like, I like your prediction. It's very bold. I don't know how I feel about it, but that is a very good bold prediction. So no, we'll still understand. We'll still keep predicting these games. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to get you guys the lineups as they are currently. I'm just getting them off Twitter, so don't fret. We'll be giving you the lineups as soon as possible. We're trying to just like give you everything. Like we're having our discussions because it's how the World Cup runs. This is how the World Cup rolls.
Exactly. And
So yeah,
in all
there's a bit
honesty,
more comments from Mr. Kane. He says, "Remember Ghana in 2010? Well, the 2010 World Cup was special for most African nations. It was being held on our continent, a place that we love to play in, and we just felt connected to our roots. And I believe that is what made that World Cup special for Ghana. But right now, I believe this World Cup, if any team from Africa is going to perform well, it must be a North African country. After the Arab Cup." And after their performance in the Arab Cup, I believe the conditions, the weather, the temperament is very good for a North African team. I don't know how you feel about that, Mr. Wamba. Seeing that you are a Northern
uh,
African specialist, do tell us about that.
yeah, I actually feel it's going to be good for the North African teams because I remember during the Arab Cup, it was played actually during this very period, like November, December, and Algeria won it. Morocco made the final, and Qatar was in the quarterfinals, and we had several other teams that participated. So I feel the Arab teams, Saudi Arabia was there. So I feel the Arab teams are actually going to have a good run at this tournament, and who knows what might happen. Looking at the Tunisia squad, looking at the Morocco squad, we may never know. One of the Arab teams actually Africa.
Yeah, so one of the Arab teams might actually chance it from your statement, Mr. Wamba. I feel Mr. Wamba is breaking
Exactly.
again, but yeah, All right, so one of the Arab teams might get it, but which one, if you were to choose one, which of the Arab teams do you think might get this?
I want to go with Morocco, but then I do not know. Ziyech hasn't played much. He was just being called in last minute. So okay, I'll go with Morocco. It's either Morocco or Tunisia. Anyway, there are few teams there, but I'll go with Morocco. Does Qatar also count?
No, that Qatar does also count. They are an Arab team, and we know they
Okay,
played in the
uh,
in
they,
the in the Arab Cup.
then I'll go with Qatar and Morocco.
Okay, that's a very bold prediction. Qatar and Morocco to perform very well in this group. But yeah, so let me just look through more of the comments, guys. Mr. K is out here persuading us to believe in our Ghanaian brothers. If and only if Ghana beat Portugal, I will take betting tips from you the rest of the world. That is a very good prediction, guys. This man is a very wise man. Mr. K, you are a very wise man. You should be taking betting predictions from us. But yeah, if Ghana does beat Portugal, abs, yo, sir, we'll come to you and be asking you to appear on the stream and be with us in the live stream. So, guys, if you want to be in one of our videos in the live stream, just keep commenting. Then we will have you in one of our videos. We'll invite you to have a chat with us because that's what we do at Afrik Football. This is football with technology. You have as many people from
Exactly.
different parts of the world talking football in one video, and this is me right now in Lusaka. Mr. Mwamba is out there in Mwanza on the other part of the world of Zambia. So, guys, if you want to feature in our videos, remember to like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 11,000 subscribers. Invite your friends to invite their friends to invite their friends. So, Mr. Mwamba, what do you think about this this challenge that's been given to you by Mr. K? Mr. KOK, who's saying that if Ghana beats Portugal, he's going to be taking predictions from us.
Well, honestly, I feel then at this stage we need to start praying for Ghana to beat Portugal because then we become prophets, you know? Who knows? Like
Yeah.
prophecy. But jokes aside, it's a very hard ask from Ghana for them to beat Portugal. Probably even when they sleep at night, they know like Portugal is terrorizing.
Mhm,
Looking
mhm,
at what
mhm,
Portugal did to Nigeria, I know football doesn't work in that aspect. Portugal
mhm,
did to Nigeria. Nigeria just looked blunt, and
mhm,
Nigeria gave Ghana a tough time in the qualifiers.
mhm,
The scenes of the referees, not a good ref, and everything and anything. So I
mhm,
honestly feel if they manage to beat Nigeria by 4 goals, they should be getting past Ghana easily.
mhm. That is true. That is true. That is actually true. I believe that is true as well. So we're gonna see how it's gonna pan out actually. So I guess the next thing is, well, I'd like to officially state that the official opening ceremony has been complete, and we are now moving on to the match day squad. So I don't know, Mr. Wamba, we're gonna continue the stream, or are we gonna switch over now to our pre-match? Because now we have to start talking pre-match right now. We're gonna be talking about Qatar, the pre-match with Ecuador, our predictions. Do let me know.
I think right now we have to switch because probably
Mhm,
the thumbnail was for the opening ceremony. Now we have to switch to
mhm,
the game. So,
mhm,
Mr. K, please, probably you have to come over to the next stream or something.
mhm.
Yeah, definitely. So,
All right.
honestly, I feel we need to switch.
All right. For everyone who did show up to this stream, thank you for joining us. We'll be switching over to the pre-match stream of this game as we have about 30 minutes left before the live stream, before the game starts, so we can do our live stream and watch along. So this is Afri Football. If you like this content, remember to like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 11,000 subscribers. Bye. All right, there's a last comment before we do drop out, which says that okay, this ceremony, opening ceremony was shambolic. I think Carter forgot it's a world event. Definitely, they needed more performances. I was expecting Will.i.am. I was
Uh,
expecting some other people with like the Shakira, so many people. But yeah, so it was a shambolic performance. I'm assuming Carter would do
yeah,
better for the
I
closing
feel they would
ceremony.
have done more. Like you probably wouldn't even know that the whole of Qatar is actually embedded in a desert because they haven't showed us really what Qatar is about. They should have shown us the desert part of Qatar. They should have at least shown us the oil mining or something, just something
Mm,
to give it a significant touch or look to say, oh
mm,
yeah, these guys are in the desert, you know. But hey,
mm,
they decided to bring in Morgan Freeman, who I highly doubt watches soccer because he's
mm.
American. But yeah, it is what it is. We just have to play spade a spade, and it was the most boring World Cup entry thingy I've seen ever. Opening ceremony.
Mm. All right, Mr. Wamba, catch you on the flip side. Bye.
Bye.